Welcome to another interesting edition of Tech Trends, your #1 tech show on television. This edition of the show is coming to you from Demo Africa 2015, referred to as the launchpad for emerging technology and trends. It's an event that gives African startups the opportunity to pitch their ideas to the world, and because of the amount of exposure they get through the platform. We'll be speaking with a number of these startups and tech experts later on the show. Our tech tips will be on tools and resources that tech startups should check out. And finally, on our giveaway segment, I'll be giving away a BlackBerry Leap phone and airtime in celebration of Nigeria's independence. My name is Chukwemeka Agbata, and this is Tech Trends.
Demo Africa is one of the biggest tech launchpads in Africa that is geared towards startups on the continent to meet venture capitalists, investors, tech acquisition specialists, IT buyers and media from across the region and across the globe.
Every year we curate technology startups from across Africa, put some time in coaching, mentorship, then we launch them in front of investors and technology buyers. From 2012 when we started up to now, you can see a progression in what the event is, but also the startups. The startups, we're seeing a lot of maturity in the startups. We're seeing a lot of good products coming out of them. So yeah, we're seeing growth all around.
What we're trying to do is to really look at solutions that are coming out of Africa, and Nigeria in particular, to see how we can take them to the next level. Because we believe it's not enough for us to just download solutions from other countries without really looking at what we can do, the strength we have in the area of IT solutions. And we believe bringing people together and telling them what we have, what we can do in Nigeria and Africa.
Raising capital, business modeling and scaling businesses were some of the topics focused in this year's Tech Launchpad.
The capital triangle for technology is a lot more intellectual and emotional than financial. So what more importantly, a number of the startups here, yes, they raise money, but much more importantly, they got mentors that have taken them to becoming real businesses. And so this is a real big impact.
A number of international investors. Everyone has said that there's some really good entrepreneurs. Their stages vary. Some are a little bit earlier stage than the others. I think many of these entrepreneurs, as we've also seen, we brought entrepreneurs from Africa and elsewhere in the world to the DC to actually pitch to Washington DC based angel investors, and they've said that the quality doesn't really vary. They're as good quality entrepreneurs here as you would see and source from Washington DC, for example.
30 startups were expected to pitch their ideas to VCs and investors.
ZPay is basically a mobile money app. What we need is a switch, a platform that is able to bring them all together to transact, to create interoperability. We like to call it the Tanzanian model. In February this year, Tanzania opened up its networks so that you can move money from Tigo to Vodafone, Vodafone to Orange. This is what we need to do in West Africa. We need to open up the market. We need to bring it together. So ZPay, we actually compel the networks. We're a compelling partner to the networks, to the banks and any other wallets in the market.
Startups see this event as an excellent platform to get regional visibility as a key player in the innovation ecosystem.
Last week, a fake iPhone 6s was found in a shop at Bustling Technology Mall in the southern Shenzhen city. The shop did not openly display fake iPhone 6s but fetched out 2 of the phones from their inventory after a buyer requested for it. The fake iPhone 6s is priced at $91, which is a tenth of the price of the real phone that cost $955. The phone appeared authentic, complete with the letter S engraved on the back. According to the sellers, it runs on the Android system even though its display appears similar to iOS. But it is slow for a new phone and the photos it takes appear fuzzy. The sellers who refuse to talk on camera also describe their sales as mediocre, having sold fewer than 100 units since they arrived less than a week ago. Some Chinese consumers who work as wholesalers of Apple products and use an iPhone 6 say they would not buy counterfeits. With signs that read authorized Apple resellers, some of these stores resemble Apple's signature white outlets, with clerks wearing blue uniforms and wooden tables displaying an array of Apple product dummies from the iPad to the iWatch. Store clerks and phone vendors say these shops often resell genuine iPhones sourced from official channels in China and overseas markets like Hong Kong and the United States to consumers who can't wait for weeks for the new gadgets to arrive. Several shops charge almost double the official price tag for consumers who want to get the latest iPhone models before the release date. President Xi Jinping toured the headquarters of Microsoft, where he met with the company's founder Bill Gates, as well as tech leaders including Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and Apple Incorporated's Tim Cook, and other top tech executives. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella escorted the Chinese premier around the Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Seattle. He was shown several cutting-edge Microsoft products and the latest line of consumer products. China has been criticized by rights advocates for censoring internet providers and sanctioning online dissidents. In Seattle, the Chinese president says the countries need to act according to their national realities. Prior to the Chinese president's visit, U.S. officials had said that Washington was considering sanctions against both Russian and Chinese individuals and companies for cyber attacks against U.S. commercial targets. U.S. government and business leaders aim to strike a balance between forging agreements and improving relations with the world's second-largest economy, while sending strong messages about allegations of Chinese cyber spying and intellectual property violations, as well as internet censorship and China's disputed territorial claims to islands in the South China Sea.